Very good morning, students. I am L.K. Tripathi, as your assistant teacher. Dear children, we have been discussing about history chapter 9, that is trade and towns. In the last explanation, we have seen so many things related to this chapter. For example, iron tools and growth of farming, growth of crops, growth of trade, the second urbanization. All such types of facts we have discussed in the last videos. Now, with the new video, we shall discuss about the guilds. What does mean by guilds? After explanation, we shall come to know exactly about this topic. Now let's begin. The emergence of business communities such as the Sethis, Gahapatis, Sarthvahas, etc. was also an important factor behind the growth of townships. Early Buddhist texts and Kautilya's Arthashastra provide information about the craft persons and guilds. All such types of evidences, literary evidences, are available with us to know about the emergence of business community. The business communities were known as the guilds, including Sethis, Gahapatis, Sarthvahas, etc. They were the important factors behind the growth of township. The trading class grew. During the second urbanization, the trading class grew. दूसरे अर्बनाइजेशन में ये जो ट्रेडिंग क्लास है, बिजनेस क्लास है, इनका प्रादुर्भाव होता है. People organized themselves into श्रेणीज और guilds and made rules and regulations. Each guild had its own president called the Pramukha or Shresthin. He was greatly respected and presided over the settlement of disputes among guild members. Each guild had its own president. सारे गिल्ड के पास एक इसके प्रेसिडेंट होते थे जिसको हम प्रमुख या श्रेष्ठिन कहते थे. Now everybody had to respect to the president and presided over the settlement of disputes among guild members. Membership to the guild was hereditary. This post was hereditary, means the president will be, the next president will be from the same family or same clan. There were two kinds of guilds, merchant and craft. ये दो तरह के गिल्ड थे, मर्चेंट एंड क्राफ्ट. Traders and merchants comprise merchant guilds, while leather and ivory workers, goldsmiths, weavers, carpenters, etc. form the craft guilds. These guilds provided technical training, collected raw material, and distributed finished products. They also sometimes served as banks, where rich people deposited money to be invested in business ventures. A part of it was returned to the people as interest, and a part of it was used to support religious and trading activities. Internal and external trade flourished with the expansion of towns. Some of the major imports were wine, copper, tin, lead, coral, topaz, gold, and silver coins, while the major exports were cotton, woolen, and silk cloth. Carpets, medicines, essences, oils, ivory, goods, pearls, gems, etc. These were imported from the other countries to fulfill the requirement for the business trading in the country. This period of flourishing trade saw the extension of trading networks not only in India but also outside. Buddhist literature mentions that Indian kingdoms traded with Sri Lanka, Burma, Java, Malaya, and several western countries too. Thus, port cities were also important. Foreign travelers mention several ports on the east and west coast, such as Virupaksha, that is Bharuch or modern Broch, Surpraka, Sopara, that is, and Tamlipti. Other important ports were Mujirish in Kerala and Arikamedu near the present day Puducherry. Northern black polish ware pottery. This was a special type of pottery that was used by people during this period. As is obvious, it was black in color and had a glossy surface. It was made of clay. Although the use of this type of pottery can be traced back to 700 BC, it was during 500 to 300 BC that it reached its peak. The remains of such pottery have been found in the Gangetic plains of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, central, eastern and southern India. Developments in the Tamil land. The region of present-day Tamil Nadu was inhabited by the megalithic period people till the 2nd century BC. The period between 200 BC and 300 CE is referred to as the Sangam Age in the history of the region. During this period, Tamilakam, or the land of Tamil people, was under three ruling dynasties: the Cholas, the Pandyas, and the Cheras. Their capitals were Kaveri, Pattinam, or Puhar, Madurai, and Vanji respectively. During the early centuries, this region was ruled by the Pandyas. Their kingdom was famous for pearls. The Pandyas traded with the Roman Empire and with Southeast Asia and Central Asia. Spices, especially pepper, ivory, precious stones, pearls, muslin, silk, and iron goods were exported. Trading and all related activities form a very important source of revenue for the kingdom. Land was the primary source of revenue. Agriculture prospered in the region. Earlier, an unadvanced type of agriculture was practiced by these people. However, following the introduction of iron technology, major changes took place in the pattern of living of the people in the south. Cultivation of wheat paddy was practiced on large scale. In addition to grains, people in the Tamil region also produce fruits, pepper and turmeric. Major cities in the Tamil region, a number of urban centers flourished. Most important among these were Madurai, Urayur, Puhar or Kaveri Patnam, etc. Urayur was a famous center of craft. Evidences found at Adichallu in Tamil Nadu indicate that it had trade relations with other regions. According to some archaeologists, Adichallanur was a mining and industrial town. The discovery of bronze figurines, iron implements such as sword, daggers and other type of tools suggests that it was an industrial township. Kaveri Patnam was a port city. The plan of this city is described in the Tamil epic Silapagaram. According to this text, the city was divided into two areas, residential and harbour area. Meeting halls, gardens, temples, etc. The harbour area was where the boats were docked. It had storing areas where goods could be stored. Pottery, terracotta and bead ornaments, wires and copper vessels have been found here. So all such types of facts we have seen in this video. How did major city develop? Which were the major cities during that time? In the next video, when we will come, we shall start with the trades. How was trade? What was the condition of those days? All such types of facts we shall come to know. Till then, goodbye and good day.